See, I'm getting the section 810.01, but...
Yeah, that could be correct. Yeah, I've seen that, and then I seen that before too.
Did you look under the Criminal Code of Canada? Like, is that where you're getting the information? Is from the Criminal Code?
CSO, actually. Yeah, it's the CSO that I was looking at. And it says CCC Section 810. And then, it gets confusing because it's not a criminal charge, but it's under the criminal code. So that's why, obviously, it takes some phone calls to figure this out.
Okay, well, uttering threats is a criminal charge.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I've heard that that's under 264 or something, but I don't see what that has to do with Section 810. Those are two different numbers, right? What made you say 264? Just curious.
I didn't say 264.
You said uttering threats, which is 264.
I said uttering threats is a criminal offense.
Yeah, who brought up that? Who brought up uttering threats, though?
That's the file you're looking at.
I'm looking at okay, so you're looking at a file that says uttering threats. Can you tell me the charge codification?
No. The conversation I had with the criminal clerk was that you said that you were looking at a file where somebody was charged by the RCMP for uttering threats.
No.
And then it was pled down to a peace bond by Crown Counsel.
Is that what she said? Yeah, no, I only talked about a Section 810. That's been my consistent question from the beginning because nowhere at all on the CSO is the uttering threats ever mentioned. So I wouldn't have necessarily brought that up. I don't see any record of that.
Okay, so 810, an information may be laid on behalf of any person who fears on reasonable grounds that another person will cause personal injury to them or their intimate partner or child or will damage the property. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at the Criminal Code of Canada.
That's okay. Thank you for doing this, even though you're not feeling well.
A. Okay, so 810.1a is a peace bond that is laid because, on behalf of any person who fears on reasonable grounds that another person will cause personal injury to them or to their intimate partner or child or will damage their property. That is what an 810.1a is in the Criminal Code of Canada. Yes.
Perfect. Now can we get the first procedure requirement?
Says a justice who receives an information under subsection 1 shall cause the parties to appear before him or before summary commission court having jurisdiction in the same territorial division.
Okay, so that's a fancy way of saying a summons would be issued. Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so can we say that the first procedural step is an application, or somebody is going to swear in some information before a JP, and then that JP is going to then summon somebody, and if they don't appear, then a warrant is issued?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So would you say that it's important that there was some sort of a sworn application and a summons that would be on file in order for this to have jurisdiction?
Sir, I'm not exactly sure where your questions are going.
Okay,
Like, if
yeah,
you
yeah,
wanna
for
know-
sure. Okay, let me just put it simply. It
If you-
sounds to me an application is
No.
filled out. Yeah, okay.
So if you're asking, like, the process of how, the RCMP lay the charge, they send the charge to the Crown Council. The Crown Council reviews the facts, decides it doesn't meet the threshold for uttering threats, but kind of a little on the side. So they're going to issue a peace bond. Okay, that process, the courts have nothing to do with. If you have questions about that process, you would need to talk to Crown Council.
Oh, okay. Are you talking that the othering threats, something was signed for that, and then they decided to not go through with that, and so they have a 810 application or hearing or information sworn in? Then the JP is going to hear that and then issue a summons. So you're saying that a summons would be required before a warrant could be issued?
So the RCMP lay the charge.
It's
They send it to Crown Council. Crown Council decides that they're not. Okay.
yeah, you caught it. You see what I'm saying now. Yeah, they needed to make a new file number and fill out a application or a sworn information from the one fearing. And then there needed to be a hearing and then a summons before anything like a warrant.
Are you writing a newspaper article or something? I'm not sure exactly what.
The last thing.
We don't usually get this many questions from someone unless they're.
Yeah, for sure.
Their file.
Yeah, fair enough. Here, let me just put it this way. The last thing I want to do is publicize this. If anything, it'd make more sense to just have it looked at, and if there's obviously a mistake, it could just, whatever needs to be done. I don't believe there's any information there showing that there was a JP that actually summoned for a hearing. But yet there's a JP that seems to have issued a warrant or even two. So I'll just leave that with you in good faith that this file here is obviously something needs to be corrected.
What's the file number?
You don't have it there? Well, I mean the website here is indicating 45248. That's just what the CSO is indicating on the public forum here.
Okay, 45248. Let's see what we got here. I'm just going to look at the document. So it looks like an undertaking was done on June 2nd. The undertaking was issued on June 2nd. It was 10 court on August 8th. Okay, so yeah. So undertaking was issued saying after 10 court on August 8th. They didn't show up. Warrant of arrest was issued. Then an undertaking was issued on September 24th saying peace bond. He must attend court on October 8th, 2024. They didn't show up, and a warrant of arrest was issued. So the person would have been notified of both those undertakings, and both those undertakings had a date of which they were supposed to show up.
Yeah, I'm glad that we went over what an 810-1A's procedure is, which indicated that there was information that would be sworn in, and then there would be a JP that would then summons the party. And so I'm just looking at, is there a summons at all issued?
Well, no, the undertaking was done by the police, and the date would have been provided, that a copy of the undertaking would have been provided to the party, and on that undertaking is their court date.
Yeah, we just went over that there had to be a sworn application or sworn information from a party fearing, and I just don't see how that can be done by a PTA or an undertaking.
I'm sorry, I can't answer that question.
Am I wrong to say that, or are you saying that the procedure of an 810 is a promise to appear?
An undertaking is something that is issued to someone to say, this is what you're going to be charged with. This is when you have to show up in court.
That's for criminal, though. But this isn't criminal. This isn't a criminal charge.
Uttering threats is a criminal charge.
That's right. Do you see on that file number anything stating uttering threats? Please let me know if you do.
Yeah, it's on the first undertaking.
You have under that file number. You have on the CSO. You can see that.
Yes.
So if I search that file number, why does the public not get to see? Is it this information?
Because you have to pay.
So you're telling me that the uttering threats is not visible, but the peace bond is?
I have no idea how it works on your end. Just let me see what I can find out.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because it seems to me that you have, there's information that you're relaying that is not publicly available, so it's very hard for one to be expected.
Well, that's because the information that I have is obviously more, there's more to the information that I have than there is to the information that you're entitled to.
I don't know who would be entitled necessarily, but is it not the information's provided in order for one to be able to, I mean, if they're not aware of something and the websites to be aware of something, if you say that there's some sort of uttering threats, was there charges laid for uttering threats or not?
Why is that telling me that? It's not true. I did. Ugh. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
X3D. Yeah. Charges. Fear of injury person. Okay. The undertaking was done by the RCMP under Section 264.1-1-A. That was uttering threats. That was done by the RCMP. They sent that to the Crown Council. The Crown Council said, we don't believe it meets the threshold. We're going to put it down to issuing a peace bond. That's why it shows a peace bond on Court Services Online.
Okay, so is it safe to say that there is no uttering threats, and for this file is not connected to any uttering threats, is it?
I'm not sure exactly what it is you want me to say, sir.
Oh no,
Like
I'm just trying to make
I've told
make
you
it
how
clear,
the file started.
like you're saying that
No, I
there
told
was
you
a
how the file started.
like for that
Told you how the file
court date,
started.
like for that court date, was the court date for uttering threats, or was the court date for Section 810 for the first warrant?
No, the first warrant was for uttering threats. It was Section 264.
Okay, so yeah, on CSO it actually says Section 810. So what's going on here?
Well, no. If you want to know every document that's on the file, just let me see. When did we even do that? Participants, charges, appearances.
Yeah, it's got the same file number. That doesn't make any sense. There should have been a new file number for this to be somewhat coherent.
I'm too sorry. Yeah. Okay. No, it was started as an uttering threats. It was on the undertaking. Undertaking would have been given to the accused to say that this is what you're being charged with. When you come to court on August 8th, they didn't come to court on August 8th. The warrant was issued. I believe, without looking at the file, that meant that they turned themselves in, or the warrant wouldn't have been canceled.
Yeah, you should look. You should look at the file. You might find it to be different.
Okay, well, sir, I believe that I've answered all the questions. I'm just not sure exactly what it is that you're looking for from me today.
Okay. I'll summarize it. I'll summarize it. You're indicating that if I was to go onto CSO and search that file number, that there should be something that says uttering threats. This does not exist on the CSO, and I wanted to understand why the two warrants that show up for this file number, neither of them are connected to an uttering threats, but you're indicating that the first one is related to uttering threats. Is there some sort of lost in translation? Does this happen often?
If you have questions about court services online and the information that is on court services online, you need to talk to court services online. All I can tell you what is showing in Justin, what is showing in our computer. That's all I can tell you.
Okay.
I don't know anything about the information that
last
is
question.
on court services online.
Yeah, last question. So for the first warrant that was issued, can you tell me the date that was issued for uttering threats? That's all.
August 8th, 2023.
Okay, and the officer that swore in the claim of uttering threats?
I don't know. Is that August 8th? The purposes. Cowichan, Duncan. Let's not communicate. It doesn't have a name. It just says, doesn't have a name. It just says North Cowichan / Duncan RCMP.
Is that normal?
I'm sorry, sir. I can't answer that question. I don't look at very many undertakings.
Okay, fair enough. So
it does not appear to be. It does not appear to be a place for the officer to put their name.
Okay, and then the JP that ruled on what court date and what was their name?
Warrant from arrest was signed by F. Farrow. Farrow.
Okay. And what date was that?
That was August 8th, 2023. It was issued after the accused did not show up for court.
Okay, and that's related to the uttering threats charge, which was sworn in on which date?
Sir, we're going in circles
I
here.
just wanted to make sure that you're saying, what was the sworn
No.
in date?
We are literally going in circles here.
It was the last question. It was literally going to be my last question.
No. It was the last question 4 questions ago.
Yeah, just wanted clarification. We would have been done, I promise. So you're saying that the actual uttering threats allegedly happened on what date? Just verifying.
June 2nd of 2023.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. I know I do appreciate it. I know you're not feeling the greatest. You stuck in there. I know it's overtime. You're at the end of the day. I'll leave you with that. I promise it wasn't in vain. I hope everyone gets the same service as this. And again, I might have some other questions about other files as I look into this to understand the computer. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. You have a great evening. Bye. To show her that I'm not fucking done, right? I'm gonna fucking...